I want to clarify a couple of things. The last video I uploaded, I talked about leaving my container. I'm not, I don't have any interest in self deletion. I can have disdain for reality, but in my opinion, there's something more to this life than when I pass away, that's it. I don't want to go on to something worse. I don't want to come back here ever again. If there's reincarnation, I don't want to be reincarnated. I want to go off and do my thing. I obviously don't want to go to hell. I would rather go to heaven. I'd rather go to something better. But I have no, um, not even a minuscule inside me thinking about self deleting, and I'm definitely not promoting anybody to do it. I think that you should try to survive as long as you can. Um, that way, um, you don't go on to something worse. Um, but I watched a Fresh and Fit clip, and they asked the panel of females, would they rather have a boyfriend or their Instagram? Would they rather have a boyfriend or Instagram? And they all chose Instagram. And this is what I'm talking about. We are already transitioning to the digital age. We're in the digital age where people care more about their online presence than they do their actual reality. Now, this might have just been, this group of women that are probably highly superficial, and that doesn't represent all women at all. But this is where things are going, and if you look at a lot of females on the internet, this is they like online presence more than they do the reality. You see them on the phones all the time, all the time. Um, so it's it's almost it's just almost impossible to compete with that. If you're a regular man, even if like you're a high value man, it's still really hard to compete. You see people like Tom Brady or different celebrities, um, basketball stars, maybe like a Ben Simmons who, um, they had a high profile girlfriend and they left them. So it all depends on your status. I could be a millionaire and have all this resources that would make, be 6'6", have a huge schlong, um, have all infinite resources, have a big status. But if she gets big on Instagram or whatever, none of that matters. She might find somebody else that's better than me. There's always somebody else better than you. So there's no guarantees. That there's so much access that humans have, and this we are in a weird stage because people have never had this type of access before, especially the mass population of people. Um, to be able to reach different people from all different types of the world. Most people only had their village, access to people in their village, or their just basic life. Um, but that's changing, and you have to, this is why I say you have to adapt or be left behind. Um, what I was trying to say about at the end of the other videos, when I'm typing things out, it's so slow. Even me talking, even me talking. If you were to, if I was to have a chip and then whatever I thought just went on the internet, and I could turn and I could control what goes on the internet, it would be so much faster, and I would seem so much more smarter than I am now, because I can't really articulate myself the best. My son, my youngest son, he is great with his words. He articulates himself so much better than me. It's just like he thinks it, boom, it comes out so much better than I can do. And then when I'm typing things out on a Twitter or leaving a comment on something, and then I just type it out real quick and I just send it, and I don't reread it, the auto correction, it does, and maybe I'll hit the wrong buttons too, but I sound so dumb. But it's 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 such a slow process, like Elon was saying, from like the input something is such a slow process, but to receive it, it's a lot quicker. And that's what the Neuralink will do, and then it's supposed to do. And if it can increase my intelligence, hell yeah. Um, I wouldn't be one of the first to get it, uh, and I understand the fear. Well, then don't get it. As long as people don't have to get it, I'm cool with that. I don't like people being forced to have to do things unless they give up their rights by hurting somebody else. Like if you hurt somebody else by taking their rights, well, your rights get taken. Um, but that's what I was trying to get at with technology, is like things are advancing so rapidly, unless like we go at war and we just stop technology, but technology is evolving so quickly. And if we continue to advance technology, AI will take over. People will worship AI. Um, and AI might have created all this. Who knows? I mean, look at the pyramids. How the hell was that created? You didn't just have like pyramids in Egypt; they're all over the world. So how did these different cultures mix when you couldn't really move around that easily back then? And they just had like the most brilliant, smartest people erecting these pyramids that probably took many years to construct from one continent to the other. Obviously, there was some type of intelligence more than we think that there was. I don't know if it was aliens. I don't know if it was just the regular people were have the technology they made that just like disappeared over because it organically just disappeared. But there's hieroglyphics of different different like technologies back then, like flying saucers. Like they did this on the History Channel. So I don't know if we were put here from aliens, from um, if the AI, if we're just a product of AI, if we're all just like mini AIs. Um, I don't know, but I am annoyed with I am annoyed with people who say that life is just so great, and I don't want to. I know that things could be a lot worse. Being eaten alive, that would be horrible. Or being on a sunken ship at the bottom of the ocean for 3 days in pitch black and cold darkness, and hearing all your your mates getting eaten alive by sharks. Being stuck in the ocean, like going without food and water for long periods of time. burning alive, like that type of stuff. Like, it's horrible, man. That's really bad. Starving to death. That has to be really bad. Freezing to death. Like, I don't take what I have for granted, but I'm saying it's not like people act like life is just like, oh man, it's so great all the time. You should be like thankful for every breath. It's like, dude, whatever I do in this life and me is gonna be forgotten about soon, man. Go look up some old pictures of your family members. You don't know who your great grandparents are. You don't know anything about those people, and you probably don't care much either. Um, they're forgotten about, and everything that they did in their life is forgotten about. There might be like little fragments of things that have passed. Maybe like a medallion or some type of trinket that passed along, or a photo. But their whole time, the only thing the only thing that's really left of them is you. That's it. That's all. Um, so it's like the only thing that really mattered in their life was you. That's it. That's it. Because they're forgotten about, and everything they did is forgotten about, except for you. Um, so it's like, if you don't ever have kids and you end that legacy, what does it matter? You just forgotten about. Everyone's forgotten about, because we're all gonna be forgotten about anyway. Like, our star. Like, think about it. There's no way in hell we're getting out of the solar system in our lifetime. Okay, so there's only two planets that we can probably sustain life. Maybe Mars, maybe the moon, and obviously Earth. So we're stuck here. And the sun is supposed to burn out at some point. I mean, obviously, it's way past my lifetime or anybody else that's watching this currently. So everything that anybody has done on this planet, unless some type of highly intelligent being from another planet or whatever, or we just like we send out in a robot form, send it out to somewhere else. No one's ever gonna know about this civilization. There's I don't think we're just the only ones out here. It's like we're just gonna be forgotten about. But unless, this is why I like technology. It is, you're not going to be forgotten about as long as technology exists. Because who's to say that everything that we've created, our internet and everything, like they said, they don't just send it out somewhere, and maybe the information isn't on a physical, but it's like they just, I don't know, man. I'm not the technology is not made yet, but everything like this is recorded. Somebody might see this in the future, and it might be in like 12,000 years, if this technology still exists, and be like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, what happened in their little civilization. So that's why I like technology, because like the only thing that you can, if we didn't have technology, the only thing that we could pass on is so people remember us, is through our own kids. Or if you get to be somewhat famous, like a Napoleon or Caesar or Jesus, people write about you. Other than that, most of us are just going to be completely forgot about. So, um, but yeah, it's just like we people we're like we have such an extreme amount of power, and yes, the next generation, they don't know how to take care of themselves as good in this current civilization. They don't know how to. But that type of thinking, that boomer mentality of thinking of like this thing is like we're always going to stay like this, we're not going to evolve. These kids might not have to take care of anything anymore. They might have everything taken care of them for it. They might live in a damn pod and have a tube in their mouth like the damn Matrix. It might be like that. It might be like that. They don't have to take care of anything themselves. But they have so much access to so much information, so much knowledge. There's so much knowledge with this. I can't imagine having this type of. I had a little bit when I was younger, but nothing like a YouTube or like a Facebook or something like that. The technology has progressed tremendously the last 20 years. And video game graphics have the same. If you look at video games from when I was born, 19, it's like over 40 years ago, you can see like it's night and day. Pong compared to playing Madden right now or Call of Duty, it's night and day. The graphics are so much better. Well, that's 40 years. What's a video game's going to be in 40 years if we keep progressing? Pretty much like what is video games going to like tap into my nervous system so I don't have to actually wear a suit. I can just like my nerves do like all the feeling like I'm inside the game, you know? Um you don't need a TV. The TV is going to be like a record player. People used to sit here and listen to the radio. They used to just sit there and listen to the radio. And that's what TV is going to be in the future. People be like people actually used to be entertained by sitting there watching TV because people are going to want to interact. This is what I'm saying before when I said in different videos, you're going to be able to take whatever video that's out there and then you can interact with it yourself. Like whatever movie, whatever TV show, whatever video game, like interact. You're going to be able to go into and then that's so cool. Like I think that's awesome, man. That would be so cool to go back into like one of the Super Bowls in the past, like goes the first Super Bowl, and like you're in the Super Bowl, you're the quarterback, right? Or and you kind of see this with NBA is like NBA, the new game is like they have four different eras you can go back into and start your career, and like kind of go back in a time and like you're in the game. Like what if you're like was it Lynn Dawson, like the quarterback of the Chiefs, or Bart Starr? Like if you're just like him and you're in, or you're just a fan watching, or maybe you're a coach, or maybe you're just a regular player, but you're there and you feel like you're there. What if you were to go back into like playing a game when Jackie Robinson first came out? Man, that would be fucking badass, dude. Instead of watching it on TV, I feel like I'm there. I'm looking around, and I'm hearing all the crazy shit that how fucking racist these people were to him, and you can actually see and empathize with them, and then him just take it and deal with it, and then just like turn the other cheek, or like any scenario, go back to when Jesus was alive or whatever, dude. That's interaction is where we're headed, not just sitting there watching or sitting there listening. That's where technology is headed. Social media is like you kind of do this with social media is like you're interacting, you got people talking to you, and then it's not only like you're gonna uh, to talk with real people, but you're gonna be talking to like AI is going to be, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between AI and a real person. They're going to have like different personalities. I'm not scared of it, dude. I'm not scared. And a lot of people are scared of it. I'm not scared of it. Um, like I said, dude, I'm already a slave, man. So it's like, let's say, let's say, let's say that we are eating bug burgers or whatever. Dude, I don't give a damn what it's made out of. As long as it's nutritious and it's good for my body. Why can't somebody make something like that's good for you but it tastes like fucking cheesecake? You know what I mean? Um or like a burger. Like it's, I don't know, like I'm eating broccoli and it's like eating a bag of chips or something. I hate eating food that's good for me, but it's not that really that appealing. So, that's the type of stuff that we're gonna be having. That stuff's cool, man. I would like to eat something that's healthy for me, but it tastes good. But it's something I actually like to eat. Um, that's probably you're probably gonna be able to do that, and yeah, you're probably gonna get plugged in, as long as you don't have to be, as long as you're not forced, as long as you can live. I think that people will live in different types of, unless people are forced into it, because it's like a Matrix type of deal, right? Where like the AI wants to use our uses basically as batteries, but like if people can be in different, if I can plug in and out, that I just want to be able to plug in and out. So if I don't want to be in it no more, I don't have to be in it. You know, um, I could do that now. I could just stop playing video games. I could stop posting videos. I could stop. I could just throw my phone away right now. But I think that you're gonna have people that live in like the Amish type of scenario. People, certain types of places where it's like the 50s or like nowadays or like the 90s, where, and it'll probably be like that in the digital world too. It's probably easier to do that in the digital world than reality. But you'll have people that don't want to be in the digital world, and they'll make these places like it's like the 50s and or whatever, um, without the racism, hopefully. Um, but yeah, technology doesn't scare me, and if it scares people, why are they using it still? What if you're so scared of technology? Why do you keep on perpetuating the machine? Um, you can go live off grid somewhere. Sell your house or save a bunch of money and buy some land and then go farm and work from day to night. If that's what you want to do, if that's what you want your life to be. What people have to understand is like relationships in this type of reality aren't going to exist that well. Um, and the problem is for females, it's going to be really hard for them, man. It's going to be really. I mean, I guess they're adapting pretty good right now without men. So they, this is where they're going. Um, this is why I say like for this physical body. I mean, if I could abandon it and not have any type of, like, if I can abandon my body and not have to worry about going on to a worse place, because it's gonna be gone in anyway, right? I can lose this container anytime, and then that's it. But if I can abandon this body, I'm never gonna get married again. I've already had my kids. Females, like this whole traditional having a relationship. Like females just don't care about that shit anymore. They might think that they do because they naturally want that, but they're going against it. Their actions show different. They might say they want that, but they don't. Um, they value their validation, and a lot of them. Man, I was on this. I was checking out dating sites, right? I like to do that every now and then just to see like what's out there, right? What's changed. It's sad, dude. For me, like obviously Tinder, I wasn't getting hardly any matches. It was like a waste of time. But that like the dating site I went on, mostly single moms. Even women in their like 45 and they got like 10-year-old kids. Like what the fuck are you doing? You're single too? Like what the hell, man? It's really sad to see like women in their 40s, even up to their like 50s, and they got like little kids, and they're out here trying to date like they ain't got a man. Um, a lot of them are overweight. It's crazy. Like you put yourself on that site, and you're not attractive, and you think that I'm gonna want to see you naked. I just like, what are you trying to get out of it? Like I don't understand. I don't get it. And it's not like they're like trying to better themselves. They just like accept me or nothing. Then you get nothing. I don't want no part of that. But there's a lot of like bigger women, and like the whole dating sites are trash now. I think that I think with deepfakes coming, and I posted a picture on my social media on my Twitter of uh, what they some filter they have what makes you look younger. Well, do like um, Tinder is trash. I don't even know why people still use it really. Just looking at somebody's picture and then like instantly yes or no. You don't look at their profile. They need to have a dating site that where you have like this. I'm out here talking and you can see me talk and um you can't swipe. You have to watch somebody talk for at least 15 seconds, something like that. And if you don't want to listen to them talk anymore, you have to watch an ad or something. Um, something like that. I wonder if like um TikTok is gonna be. It's kind of like TikTok, man. But you can't swipe unless you watch an ad. Um, I think that'd be cool. Unless you pay to be able to do that. But the average guy isn't getting a chance. And the funny thing is too is like these women complain about these dudes on the internet with their photos of their fish. Like, why are you? He's obviously showing that he can fish. He can provide food for you, and you're complaining is annoying. It's just funny to me. Um, yeah, but like the whole thing is men and women just don't trust each other right now. Um, and when women wake up, like when women wake up and realize they're just marketing themselves for and only for one thing to get that validation. Once they wake up and realize and they stop doing that in masses and they try to actually like provide something more than just that and stop putting themselves out there, because obviously the simps aren't going to stop. Obviously, guys in general can't control their sexuality, so they're just going to continue to simp. They're going to continue to give them validation. So the only thing that's going to change is the women. So when women actually change and want to like go back to being kind of classy and having some respect for themselves, it's just going to get worse and worse, and it's not going to get any better. So, um, like these girls go to the gym and work out, and then like they complain guys are looking at them, but then they post that pictures and those videos on the internet for guys to go look at it. It's like, dude, I understand like you feel unsafe around that dude because he's in your presence, but like these people can find you and then they can stalk you and they can figure out where you're at. So it's like it's so funny. Don't look at me. I'm tired of guys not look. I'm tired of guys objectifying me sexually, and then they post themselves with their little yoga pants with that goes straight up their ass crack for everyone to see, and they're showing it off like they're. It's just funny, but until females, because they control it, they control um, whether these red pill guys want to admit it or not. They control like the relationship. They do because the only reason why guys have access, these red pill dating coaches have like access to these females because they let them. Well, when women stop doing that, they won't have access. So women have control unless men decide to force themselves. No, women have control. They have control of the relationship. Um, Now a man can participate or not, but they control if there is going to be a relationship or there isn't. That's why you're seeing like 80% of the marriages, or 50%. Like most of them are. A lot of women are just divorcing men because they control the relationship. The guy's like, I don't want to divorce you. I don't want to do that. Guys are actually like begging to not be divorced or their girl to leave them. I've done this in the past. The women control the relationship. Like if there's going to be a relationship or there's not. So when women control, when they finally like wake up and realize, what is this doing for me? Like it's not even doing anything. I'm just numb. I'm just like it's like a robotic thing. I'm taking a picture of myself. It could be filtered and I could be done up like it's not even a real picture of me. I don't even recognize this person I put out there. It's just some fake person. It's not even me. I appreciate women that actually don't have a lot of makeup on. And they like stop objectifying themselves and they get out of this rut that they're in and they're like, man, I really want a person in my life that I can have like real experiences with instead of like digital. We're gonna continue going down this path because guys aren't gonna change, man. Most of the guys will not fucking change, and it is what it is, and you can't stop it. The guys are paying females bills like on OnlyFans, like there ain't there. You go on any. I don't even need to read the comments no more. Anytime, anywhere you go on a Timcast, anywhere there's a female and she looks somewhat attractive, it's just nonstop berating her with compliments and praise. Like she's like they worship them, and it's not stopping. It's not slowing down with all the content, with all the knowledge out there. It's not stopping, not slowing down. So if women want to see change, if women finally want relationships again, it's on them to fucking change. Because it's pretty clear that most guys only think of one thing. That's it. Um, it's clear, man. It's clear, and it sucks. Like when you have that feeling as a man, it's like you're like on a drug or you're drunk. You don't think correctly until you're done, and then you're like instantly sober. Like, oh shit. Um, but it's up to women. Society is going to keep going this way until women decide to change it, and that's it. They're the ones that are in control. Like whether guys want to admit or not, they are completely in control of the society, completely. And there's not much we can do about it. There's not much any of us can do about it. The only thing that we can do is just go our own way at this point and let it burn, let it crash and burn. And it sucks that has to be like that, but they're gonna have to. But real men are gonna have to evacuate society, and it sucks just like this because like we complement each other, we need each other. But a lot of these females are like, they're in like a Kim Kardashian fantasy. That's what they're in. And uh, it's not real. And most people can't even come close to attaining that. But the problem with social media is like, it's easy for women to get a following because of guys. For instance, if I had an attractive girlfriend or something, right? Or even if I was to have like a subpar, maybe a girl that was even on my level. Let's just say like she's like a 4 or 5, but she's not overweight. She could do her hair up cute. She could do all these different things. She will make my videos blow up. She will make my TikTok blow up. She will make my whole brand completely blow up because of all these dudes want to talk to her. All these guys want to see her. Women are way more appealing to look at than men, predominantly. That's why I think that most females, that's why it's like they have multiple reasons why they're attracted to a man other than looks. Mostly for us men, it's mostly looks. It's like 80 to 90% looks. Now for me, I'm pretty picky. I don't want a woman that, causes drama, smokes, drinks all the time, has a bunch of dude friends, goes out and goes to like girls' night until like 2 o'clock in the morning at the bar. I don't want an alpha woman. I want a feminine woman, small, um, like petite. Um, I used to like the big booties, but I kind of like the skinny women now because there's less of them. Um, it's becoming more scarce. A woman that's like classy, she's got fashion. Um, she could banter with me back and forth. I could talk crap. She gives me my space. I give her space. Um, she she, not some like brain dead dumb blonde or nothing like that, but like she brings stuff to the conversation. Um, but I'm honestly pretty picky, and I just don't want to have kids. I've already had my kids, and I don't want a woman that has kids that are. I don't mind if her kids are teenagers, about to go do their own thing, but I don't want to take care of babies no more. I don't want to take care of little kids no more. I don't want to be anywhere around them. Um, I just don't want to be in that situation. I've already been a plow horse. I don't mind plow horsing, but I want to start living more for me. I've sacrificed a lot, and I don't mind sacrificing for a partner, but like I don't want to sacrifice for kids anymore. Like I know it sounds bad, but I've already done that, man. I sacrificed a lot of my life sacrificing for my kids. Whether it's trying to like assimilate to society or like just working jobs I can't stand to provide food and shelter for them and stuff that they needed, or trying to give them a support that they need. Um, but like I just don't want to do that no more. I don't mind being like a grandparent or some shit like that. But I don't want to raise kids no more. I'm done with that shit. And I especially don't want to raise another man's kids. Hell no. I'm done. I don't want to become in last no more. I don't want to become last. Um, if I'm gonna like, I'll just stay single. I'll come first. So every single day, if I'm single, every single day I'm number one, and um, that is what it is. But you're gonna see a lot of these females have money, and society is gonna change dramatically, and they're gonna have to wake up. At some point, they're gonna have to wake up out of their slumber. It's gonna happen. I don't know when. It's gonna happen.